Whew. All right, so today is September 25th, 2024. Um, I'm going over my post market review for the market now. I usually do it later on in the day or in the evening, but I'm going to do it now as soon as the market closed. Still have the market still here, and a lot of things are fresh in my mind. I took two, I took two trades today. Um, Both ended up being just about break even, maybe a little bit like 1 or 2 points with this one here. 1 point actually. 1 point there. That one was break even for sure. So um, so let's go over these trades. I took a trade. These two were long at 13.37, and then 14.18. When I got stopped out, I saw the setup popping right again. And then I was in these trades for quite a bit of time, but price just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do versus what it wanted to do. So my trade was here. I took the trade as we had some strong buying volume. Price dropped down, came down to my level, and it got bought up. It caught my attention that this red candle had some turquoise or bullish buying volume. The same thing with this red Heikenaishi candle had, the turquoise or bullish buying candle. Um, and you can see it over here on a 5 minute and over here again, right? So I didn't really have a 5 minute level because typically I would like the price to go above the 5 minute and then retest. So this trade was a little bit iffy, but I did like the fact that we dropped down and the price got bought back up. So I entered the trade. I had my green buying candle on green. I had a green candle with green volume. There was probably a very long turquoise candle here, um, but apparently, there's no volume, so I didn't enter at this candle, which would have been the better entry. But I entered at the close of this candle. So, and yes, the few points difference does make a big difference. If I go to the actual chart, let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna make this into larger. All right, so all right, so here we go. So if I entered here like that, there we go. I would have been somewhere around here, and as you can see, price came close to stopping me out. I thought about exiting. I thought about adding here, but I said, what am I gonna add on white candle? I need buying candle. And then we had this candle here. I thought about adding somewhere here also. So we had this candle here. But as you can see, we hit my 2-1 with just this change of just price difference. My stop loss was at 5.6. So I was at 5.76775, right? 5.767, yeah, just about right. 5.76775, so a little high, lower, right? So price came close to stopping me out. It pushed up, came down. Wasn't too fond of that. I didn't move my stop loss after this 4 points because it didn't feel like it went anywhere. So price came back down, didn't moved up, broke this somewhat ugly trend, and then went up, and then price moved up to here. So when I was in my own personal trade, which means that I was up, which means that I was up here somewhere with my entry, because I think I came in a little late, right about here with my entry. As you can see, my 2-to-1 is way up here. Actually a little higher, right? My 2-to-1 was like way up there, right? So I had a 6 point move versus a 4 point move. And then this is an area I would have preferred to have taken an exit at, but since I was risking 12 points, 6 points, I was trying to get the 12. I should have been fine with just the 8 and just call it because, you know, it is what it is. Can't really get what I can't get. So, and then I thought about adjusting it as per this candle, like that, right? But I was still just in one contract, so I wanted to just give it some time to move. We had a valid move up, and then price got nerfed right here, and it reversed, right? So, and then it hit my stop loss, which was right around here. You see, it came back down, took me out, and then I re-entered right after this. I entered on the white. I don't know why, but I entered on the, I think the white volume, and then price went back up here, and it was looking pretty good because we had this strong volume here. Now we're holding above it. We're creating like value. I put my stop loss below this here. If we go to the 5-minute, right, it was just about this because we had this push, and then price was just holding this area. So I said I'm gonna put my stop loss here. I would prefer to have it here, but that's what was my entry. And then I ended up getting stopped out again, and then I walked away from the charts from here. I thought maybe we would get that bounce at the end of the day and hit VWAP. My VWAP initially was here. Actually, I was aiming for initial balance low first. Is what I was aiming for, but I should have been aiming for VWAP. So, but I would have taken whatever price it gave me around here. I would have been really just tracking it, and if I got stopped out before any of these got hit or reversed, then it is what it is. So those are basically my two trades. This wasn't really the best entry for this trade. I could have just waited for, let's do it like this. I'm gonna go over two parts of this trade. One where I should have just exit when we reached up here, but if we try to find a trend line being broken, right? If we go to the 1 minute, we try to find a clear trend line out of one of these three. We got that one, this one. So this one's actually pretty good. So once we broke that trend line, with the 1 minute, 5 minute being so far up, I should have just waited the price to come back and retest it, which is what we got here, and then I could have entered. But that is a huge candle, right? That's 6 points. 6 points. It could barely get 6 points after that. It was just like 7, right? It was barely moving after that, which sucks. And then ended up stopping me out. But for the most part, the trade ideas were good. But what I missed out on those trade ideas was that we had the highest volume here, midday volume, highest midday volume, before price went and retested that area. I should have respected this. Usually around this 11:30, 12 thing, this becomes a rejection point. And if we go into our default, just for it being a rejection point, let's do this. Let's put the beginning back at 30, like that, right? And then we're gonna look for selling in here, because this is a nice rejection point. Let's go to the 5 minute. Now we're looking for selling volume. We don't see any at all. Can't really call this here because it comes way after, so there's nothing here. Let me go to the 1 minute, and then we'll find that we have some strong selling right here, and then we can mark that, right? Selling up here too, selling there. So probably even just mark all of that, right? Mark it like this, right? So this should have been the place I respected. As you can see, once we broke out, we retested it, and then we sold off, right? So when I was in that trade, we went exactly to that, and that's what we rejected. So that midday high volume area, um, the midday high volume area is something that I should have respected. Uh, Midday high volume area. All right, so this midday high volume area, I should have respected that. Um, Here it is again right here. This is not under the default. Yeah, here it is right here. So you can see that, we're just an area to be respected, and it was respected. It was respected here. It was respected here when it stopped me out. I thought that, well, maybe we had absorption, and we did. We ended up getting stopped out. So this trade idea was good, and then just waiting for something to show up was good, but I just wasn't able to capitalize on it. And then also at the beginning of the session, we had this candle here. If you go to the Heiken Ashi candle, I was really hoping this would have been a good setup. With the Heiken Ashi candle, we have a green candle with red volume. So I was waiting for the price to really give me something, I think. And that candle here, we had selling starting right. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, right here. Oh, I guess it did hit it. No, it did. Count that. Price barely came out of this, so I couldn't. It was hard for me to even really negotiate with the idea that this here counted. I was looking for a selling volume when we retested that. I really was. All right, because we broke out and then we were coming back in. I was looking for selling. I didn't get any selling volume in that area. I think it's the. Oh, I'm in the wrong. No, this is right. Yeah, because it was the 10 o'clock to 10:30. So we're here. Price pushed down. We came back in. We had somewhat selling here. I guess I could have taken it here at 11:10. Let's look at what 11:10 looked like. Alright, so let's go back to 11:10 to see. So we had this. Because we also had this one here. So I guess the 11:10 one was it. Yeah, the 11:10 one was it because we had selling volume that came in right here. So into here, stop loss there, about 4 points. I don't think I would have been able to make this one. Let's see here. We went 4 points, 5 points. I don't know if I could have stayed in that trade for too long. I probably would have been out. May have try to re-enter somewhere here, but no selling. And then price finally went 7.5. All right, no idea what my thing was gonna take me, but 20 points would have been nice. All right, but like I said, I was looking for a price to. After this, I was looking for a price to push back into that 10 to 10:30. I'm really trying to really dissect this candle real quickly. Get rid of all of this here. 10 to 10:30. Here, right? All right, bet 10:30. So we'll stop here. All right. So we're looking for sell on the 5-minute. That's always first. 5-minute, we have sell here. This is where selling started. And then we have selling here. And then I have to count these because Last time I waited for something to work out, I missed out on the opportunity. So we pushed out, pushed in, kind of like really held tight to this area, and then we sold off. All right, so and then I was also looking for a a bearish, a bullish channel, because a bullish something, because this is quite ugly, but this is quite good. Actually, yeah, that 1110 one was the entry. Yep, that 1110 one was the entry. All right, so I missed out on that one. I was really that was because that setup was perfect. I saw it. I was like, okay, bet. Um, yeah, the 1110 one was the entry. Not the best, but it was the entry right here on the 1 minute right here, 1110. So right there. Yeah, so the 1110 was the entry. I just needed to um, just take it, I guess. Yeah, so that was the entry. I don't know if I would have been able to stay in that trade, like I said, because after entering, stop loss would have been above about here, right? And then once price started really going, I would probably move my stop loss to entry, which I would have probably been stopped out. So I probably would have been a break even day for me, just break even. Um, nothing really worked out too well. As far as just this one here really worked out, that high volume area, midday high volume, that worked out the best, because that really pushed price a good amount. But other than that, and then this one here, we had a bit of conflict. Price pushed back up. We went to green buying, and I thought, well, maybe we're reversing. Then we went back to red buying, and then this is where I said, okay, we probably have another setup, but this is me learning it on the fly, so I didn't take any trade. So if we move this one over to the 11 to 11:30, all right, like that, move to that candle. That's where we would look for our next thing, and I think we got something on the 1 minute, because there's no buying here, no selling here, but on the 1 minute we got selling pressure right here and selling pressure right here. So we got these two. This one we never really cleared, so I'm not gonna mark it, but we had this one here. Alright, so if I wanted to, we have like nice push up with volume into it, and then try. Did we have volume into that 1110? Was 11 with into 1110? Oh, 1110 was this, right? I don't know where the thing was at. It's from the 5 minute. It was a 1 minute. I'll mark this real quickly. I think it was a 1 minute. $11.10 here. Where is selling here? No. Let's go back to 5 minute. Here it is. Alright, so okay. So we poked our head out, and then we came back in, and we give us the 1110 setup. All right, so yeah, that was that. Here, so do we have volume going into it? Kind of, sorta, I guess. We poked the head out, but it was kind of like hard because we were basically holding that area. So that one was hard to read. This one was much easier to read because we can see the price movement going up into it and then halting and then reversing. So that one would have been a trade to have taken. $88, $89, $91, $80. Is that about 4 points? 3 points? Yeah. So that one would have been good. Would have went down to my 2-1, and then I could have moved my stop loss where it was. I could have moved my stop loss where it was, and then just wait. And then eventually we started getting some nice price action. So that's pretty much it for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, pretty much it for today. Tough day, tough read, but I've been feeling a lot more patient. Not so antsy trying to get into every trade or into everything that I see. Really just consistently just monitoring, waiting for these divergence and volume and candle, because they give pretty good play areas like this one here, this one here as well, right? They give very good play areas, so it's just like waiting for these divergences to occur to capitalize on them, really. So that's pretty much it. That's basically now my trading style. The 30-minute sets me up, and then the 5 minutes and 1 minute give me the locations and then entries. All right, that's it for today.